Good day, Professor Mohamed Amine ISSAMI. He's joining us today for a conversation about sustainability, climate change, and the role of business school. Welcome, Prof. Mohamed.
Thank you.
Before we continue, let me present a short CV. Professor Mohamed Amine ISSAMI is a professor at ISSAMI. Now, this is a group of business schools in Casablanca, Morocco. Professor Mohamed has an international experience in the field of teaching and research, but he's recognized for his mission within this group of universities, specifically business schools, and he has to lead the research in management sciences. And his focus is on the theme of innovative finance. Now, Prof, just a little bit of introduction to what we are going to address today. A while ago, David Woods-Hale, the editor of Ambition, that is the newsletter of the Association of MBAs, they've done a survey about sustainability and climate change. And according to them, there's a lot of work to do in business schools concerning these kind of topics. A survey that they've done among more than 500 senior leaders at business schools across the world, 88% of them believe that their business school had at least some responsibility to tackle regarding climate change. But only 3% of them currently believe that their business school efforts in addressing climate change are adequate. Now that brings me to my first question. Based on the statement and the survey results, it is clear that leaders see the need for significant improvements, specifically what business schools do. What is your view on this?
Exactly. Nowadays, there is a pressing need for business schools to focus on the development of personal and leadership skills, to draw from outside the traditional business disciplines, and to reflect gender and race diversity of the population in which they are located. The change required today in business education to develop leaders who can respond to climate change and sustainability challenges is as significant as the changes needed in the way businesses normally operate.
In terms of that, do you think business schools are doing enough to produce knowledgeable graduates who care actively about the environment?
You were referring to the survey that was conducted by Ambition Business Review of AMBA. So in the same survey, actually, business school leaders were asked if their programs had changed over the past 3 years to include sustainability topics such as climate change. 33% reported incorporating climate change 1/3 as a core module within their business school's curricula.
Yes, that's a good move. What do you think is the current situation of the planet in terms of climate change?
We have come to a moment of truth. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said in his State of the Planet speech last December, COVID-19 and climate have brought us to a threshold. The effect of lockdowns on concentrations of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere was so small that it registers as a blip, hardly distinguishable from the year-to-year fluctuations of the carbon cycle. According to the World Meteorological Organization, it has had a negligible impact on the overall curve of rising carbon dioxide levels after the turbulent year of 2020 with COVID-19 pandemic. climate change is still prominent.
Yes, Mohamed, that is really worrying. What do you think? What can we do? And what need our reactions to be on climate change? Specifically, if we think also in business schools, we've talked a little bit about that, but still, as looking at the figures presented, it's really disturbing. What do you think? What can we do?
In my view, we have to act immediately on climate change. There is a number of solutions to that. So implementation of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change and its Paris Agreement is of paramount importance. A suite of legislation and policies have to be adopted and be implemented all over, including a carbon tax to address climate change and to enhance our ability to adapt to ongoing environmental changes. Significantly, investment need as well to be made in renewable energy, cleaner public transport, energy efficiency, energy mix, waste management, and land restoration initiatives. But finally, actually, we should take into account nature, because nature is an untapped solution, especially for forest. Besides, 11% of all global greenhouse gas emissions caused by humans are due to deforestation, comparable to the emissions from all of the passenger vehicles on the planet, which is huge. So the World Economic Forum launched a campaign this year to plant 1 trillion trees to absorb carbon. While planting trees might help cancel out the last 10 years of carbon dioxide emissions, it cannot solve the climate crisis on its own. So protecting existing forests is good, is even more important than planting new ones. Every time an ecosystem is disturbed, you see carbon lost. Allowing forests to regrow naturally and rewilding huge areas of land, a process known as natural regeneration, is the most cost-effective and predictive way to capture carbon dioxide and boost overall biodiversity.
Yes, there's actually a lot that we can do, but still we are struggling. Professor Mohamed Amine, thank you so much for sharing with us your ideas, and I look forward to have another few bonbons with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your invitation.